Hello, it's Friday night and we are here for another game day ride along with Leicester Tigers versus London Irish coming from Welford Road. Hopefully Ollie will be joining me later. He is currently knee deep in nappies and bottles and other general parenting paraphernalia, but he has assured me at some point he will be here. So the format of this will be going to watch the first 20 minutes, do a little recording, watch the next 20, do a little recording, and so on and so forth until the end of the game. So we are sponsored once again by iSpy Surveys, the go-to specialist survey and inspection company based in Exeter, Devon. Obviously we are on all platforms such as Apple Podcast, Spotify, Anchor, YouTube, and I've forgotten the last one. I say it every week and literally forgotten it. We are also on Twitter at top2inchesrp. So here we go with the Leicester team. Got the young Freddie Stewart fullback, class fullback, good centre partnership of Maroney and Scott. Guy Porter on the wing, Zach Henry at fly-off, Richard Wigglesworth is back in the team. De Bruyne, Young, Cole, Green, Lavanini, Wells, Raphael and Brink. So the two South African boys are still suspended. Looking at Leicester's bench, Joey Hayes is on there, Porfelt is on there, Murivalu's on there, so it's quite a strong bench with a few lads to come on. I'm looking forward to watching Clyde Brink. He is definitely a good number 8. London Irish have Tom Parton, Loader, Rona, Heapteamer, Hassel Collins, who had some good tries last week, Paddy Jackson pulling the strings at fly half with Nick Phipps at scrum half, Goodrick, Clark, Creevy at hooker, Chatawama, Maffey, Simmons, Rogerson, Cowan and Tuisi. Bench, George Nort is on there, Ben Meehan is on there, Ollie Hoskins is also on there. So London Irish too have a relatively strong bench. So we will have to see how this pans out. I think it's possibly going to be quite a forward orientated battle. There's some big old boys in both those packs, some quality players. I'd be hoping that Leicester kind of get the upper hand in the scrums. Obviously got a part England front row. I think De Bruyne's a South African. Should really done my research on that one. But obviously I think also Wigglesworth will be pulling the strings. Really always excited to see Freddie Stewart at fullback, and Maroney has been in some dazzling form for the Tigers. Curtis Rona, he's a good centre for London Irish, so we'll be seeing what he can do. The game is about to kick off, so I will be back with us, or with you, for the second part in about 20 minutes, and hopefully Ollie might be with us as well. Catch you then. Okay, so the first 20 minutes has gone, and what an opening 20 minutes that was right from the start. London Irish kick off and put pressure immediately on the Leicester Tigers. Leicester Tigers come running out of their 22, hit quite hard, ball is turned over, and Paddy Jackson eventually splinters two players and pretty much goes underneath the post, converting the try, and I think they scored in about 40 seconds. Kickoff goes to Leicester, whizzing up the pitch. Leicester are in possession. They're attacking the London Irish gain line. De Bruyne takes a ball and gets hit in the head by the flanker Rogerson. Went to the TMO. Wayne Barnes was looking at it. It started off on a red card because he's been directly hit in the head by a shoulder, but there was mitigation in the fact that it was judged that De Bruyne was pushed by his own teammate Lavanini, which made him kind of fall slightly forward and get on top of Rogerson quicker, but he was also dipping as well, so it went from a red card to a yellow card. To be fair, I think Rogerson was a bit hard done by there. I think it realistically probably should have just been a penalty, and the mitigation should have worked that out. But to be fair to Barnsley, he's a world-class referee. I'm some bloke that sits on a podcast and pretends he knows what he's talking about when it comes to rugby, and he talks talked through the incident really well. So yeah, quite happy with the yellow card, and I'm just really glad it wasn't a red, because that probably would have changed the course of the game. It's been an interesting first half. I'd probably say that London Irish are more on top. To be fair, both teams look a little bit edgy. There's been quite a few kicks. Nick Phipps has been putting up quite a few box kicks, and the aerial kind of pressure is coming on from those kind of kicks. As I said, Freddie Stewart's been really solid at the back. And Leicester have actually just gone under the post. They've just scored a try on the 24th minute. What a try that was. A fantastic line run by Van Dijk. I think, is it Van Dijk? Oh my god, I should really know because I'm a Leicester fan, but I'm pretty sure it's Van Dijk has just scored under post. A nice kind of rumble by the forwards, and Wigglesworth has just picked the line and boom. Wigglesworth to Zach Henry, and then boom, inside ball to Van Dijk. Is it Van Dijk? I'll find out in a minute. But anyway, it's a really lovely try there from Leicester, and that's brought Leicester, and that's brought them right back into the game. As I was saying, so far the first 20 minutes has been a bit scatty, a bit all over the place. Leicester possibly have a bit of dominance in the scrums, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting. Van Wyk, I was close. Cobus Van Wyk, second Premiership try of the season after 9 appearances. So yeah, Leicester are back in the game. Zach Henry should slot this over, and we'll be looking at a 11-10 Leicester lead, which is fantastic. Anyway, I'll be back at half time with some more information on the next sort of 15-20 minutes. Okay, so that is the first half over and done with. The scores are 13-all at half time at Welford Road. Interesting, two teams trying to play different rugby. Leicester seem quite simple, forward orientated, putting the pressure on in the London Irish half. Lots of kicking going on, whereas London Irish appear to be wanting to play maybe more a little bit French style-esque. Lots of good running lines, interplay between forwards and backs. Paddy Jackson's clearly pulling the strings, but Leicester seem to be managing that. They seem to be, Leicester's defence, although obviously they've conceded the try earlier on, they've picked their defensive lines up, they're putting their tackles in, they're keeping the pressure on London Irish. Steve Borthwick is clearly building something in terms of defence at Welford Road. They look really good. It's going to be an interesting second half for sure. Is it going to be the kind of, like I said, the power and the forward display, the simple play from the Tigers, or will it be the London Irish a bit more flamboyant? We'll wait and see. But yeah, a really good first half. Definitely worth watching on a Friday night when there's not much else to do. No sign of Ollie yet. I have messaged him a couple of times, and currently he hasn't even read them. He hasn't even read them. So I'm assuming he is not going to make it. You never know. We do have the second 2 sets. It's 40 minutes still to go. He might well make it. He might well not. So yeah, interesting second half ahead. Let's see how it goes down. Okay, so that is the third 20 minutes of this game between Leicester Tigers and London Irish, and what a start to the second half it was. Leicester Tigers scored within the first 3 minutes. A lovely catch and drive down near the London Irish try line. Nice bit of power, and over they go. Leicester then completely changed their entire front row, but as the 20 minutes progressed, it all went a bit mental. London Irish actually had 2 tries disallowed. I can't remember why the first try was disallowed, but the second try was disallowed due to a knock-on at the base of a ruck. And then, unfortunately for London Irish, they have had a red card. It was another kind of double tackle on Van Wyk, and Paddy Jackson's hit him first, and Hetemi has come in and literally shoulder to the front of his face, square on the guy's nose. No real option around mitigation. If anything, it looked like he meant to do it, in my opinion. He was swung his arm in, his fist was facing forward, and he was obviously trying to put a bit of force into it. And that was the kind of view of Wayne Barnes and his kind of refereeing team. red card, which I think is actually the 9th red card overall there for the season so far, which is ridiculous. We seem to be having them all the time at the moment. Players really need to sort out their technique and just hit lower. So it's going to be an interesting last 20 minutes for Leicester Tigers. They've made a few subs, and we will see how the game pans out. Okay, so we're at the end of the Leicester Tiger game. London Irish have just scored a try in the 85th minute. It doesn't take away from the victory, but it does give London Irish a bonus point for 4 tries and a losing bonus point. Leicester Tigers currently have 2 players in the sin bin. Van Poorfleet was sin bin for a knock-on which was deemed on purpose, and Jerry Hayes has just gone off for another double hit tackle, but this time there was mitigation. He's hit him in the chest and ridden up into Paddy Jackson's jaw, and yeah, he was given a yellow card. The game's going to come to an end. No issues with that yellow card at all. Just to talk about Murray Minivaru's try, what a fantastic try. Some great running lines again by Leicester tonight. But I think what's kind of won the game for them, although the scoreline wouldn't suggest it, has been their defensive plays. They have been really good. They've been really solid. Again, I've said this a couple of times now, they're definitely building something at Welford Road. Steve Borthwick is certainly doing the business and has been a fantastic addition. Maroney was given man of the match by BT Sports. Well deserved. He was fantastic again tonight for the Tigers. I think just overall a really good game. Really enjoyed watching it. And fair play to London Irish. They definitely showed up and took the Tigers to the wire. But yeah, a win's a win. We'll take that one and we move on. Unfortunately, Ollie couldn't make it tonight because he assured me he would be here, but he just couldn't make it because of childcare stuff. Not sure why his kids are still awake at this time of night, but never mind. So it just leaves us to say, once again, we are sponsored by I Spy Surveys, the go-to specialist survey and inspection company based in Exeter, Devon. We are available on all platforms such as Anchor, YouTube, Apple Podcast and Spotify. I remembered it this time. And we are on Twitter at top2inchesrp. So go on there, give us a follow. You get your kind of feeds, information about us on there. Hopefully we'll do this again soon, and maybe Ollie will definitely join us next time. Thanks for listening once again, and good night.